Thanks so much for joining me to paint some Agapanthus. They are all in bloom here in Sydney at the moment, and so I'm going to show you how I painted these incredibly loose interpretations of my Agapanthus. I hope I'll inspire you to get out your paints. Here goes, guys. This is Baohong watercolour paper, 20 sheets, acid-free. It's beautifully textured, and it's a quarter sheet, which is rather wonderful. And that literally means it's a quarter of the size of a full sheet of watercolour paper. I'm going to tape all around the outside. Amazonite Genuine, Quinacridone Rose and Phthalo Blue for my beautiful Agapanthus. In some states, I'm putting my blue in my blue spot. In some states, Agapanthus is a weed, but it's such a pretty weed. This is Quinacridone Rose, which permanently lives over there. And this is Amazonite Genuine, which doesn't have a spot on my palette, so I'm going to put some there, and it might end up having its own spot on my palette if I love it. So I'm doing two at the same time because, just put that there, because I find I'm a little freer if I am working on two at the same time, because I can switch my mind from one to the other to the other. Also, it allows one to dry a little bit and then you come back in to the other one. I'm using a quill today. Here's my phthalo, and dump that brush, grab another brush to pick up that Quinacridone Rose. And between those two colours, I can make a beautiful range of purples. And with that purple, I'm going to start to paint those beautiful little flowers that go out like that. Oh, more water. Out like that, out like that. Each of them have these little delightful blooms, and then they have some stamen, so I'll do the stamen later. So I'll vary it by moving over here to this blue. Oh, there's a beautiful big bud. Oh, there's heaps of buds when you start looking at it. There's a bud there and there and there, and there's a little bud there, and one coming out this way, quite rounded, coming in. So I'm going to do the greenery later. I'm going to move over to here and pick up a version that's a bit pinker, I guess. More water. Pinky version here, and then there's a flower there with a petal, and then it's got those stamens. So I'll just go back into the middle. I'm just going to constantly switch up the purple and just pick up different variations of purple and blue, and it's the prettiest colour. It's quite soft, and they're mostly turning that way except for over here. They are going that way. Let's go back over here, more water and more blue, down like that. I love the idea that I'm just going to get all this variation in purple. And there's some down here, so I'll go over there. Just trying to keep it interesting. Come up here. And then go bud. There's a little bud and a bud. They've got these roundish ends. I'm not doing a very good job, am I? round, there, that's better, round, and then they come down, round, and they come down. And then, of course, in between are all these other ones that, down there, little bud. Just trying to mix it up a little bit, and then there's more of those beautiful blooms, and in the centre there, going in a weird direction, is a lovely, I don't know, whatever that is, half dead, half bud, I don't know. Oh, here's this magic green. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm just going to let it meld into those other colours there. And then we've got all these incredible stamen that come from a centre point here, and then they go out like that. And they go down, it all spirals out from that one spot, and then grab a little more and let's give it a stem. That was a little thick, so I'm going to wash off one side of it, just off to nothing, like that. So there, wash that one off. I'm going to have them all bleed out a little bit, I think, that'd be nice. Okay, that's a good start. I'll just bleed that one a little bit as well. And then I'm going to do it over here and just try and vary my method. I'm going to spray it again because it's dried up a little bit. I'm going to add a lot of water. That green is all mixing in, so I'm going to come over this side. Needs more pink to turn it to that pretty purpley colour. Oh, now it needs more blue. How's that? And then it needs a lot of water. So let's add more water here. And let's go, and I'm going to make the flowers a little more, have a bit more, I don't know, a bit more energy to them. That's what I want to do, that. There. Right, that's better. And then come and repeat this one there. They're definitely like little stars. And then on the side, they look like that. And then they've got lots of them over there and a couple over there. I'll just put in some background ones that go up there and then come back to that, I think. There. Okay, in here we've got lots of purple, I'm going to go into the pink, lots of purple buds, and the buds, I didn't get the shape right on the other one, so I'm just going to do more buds, there's heaps of buds, more pink, just creating a purple section in there, bud. That's better. Purplish. That goes in there. And there. It's fascinating how they're turning in all different directions, these flowers. Oh, that's much more loose, that one, isn't it? All right, that will have to wait for the green to dry, and then I'll come back to that one. This one is wet over there, and it's starting to dry here, so I can come in with some lovely darks. Let's start with this green. Do you love how on my palette here it's pushed the blue completely away? So I'm going to darken the stamen in the centre here and start to emphasize this incredible display of stems going in every direction. Trying not to introduce stems, just re-emphasize some stems, and maybe re-emphasize that one, there. And then let's get some of this beautiful purple, this one here. Just keep mixing purpley blues over there. And they've got stamen. This one's got stamen. Just go around adding lots of little stamen into the flowers. Some purple to the stem. Tiny bit purple down there. This one has to dry before I can do anything else into that one. I don't mind the way that this one is turning out. So I think we'll do some splatter. And green. It's not a very natural green, is it? Just a tiny bit over on this one. Yes, not very natural looking, but that's okay. I think I'll give it some splatter of blue up there. There. Okay, so I need to dry this one off. And that's just sitting there. That needs to be cleaned. I don't want the colour to completely dry inside the bristle that's up in the ferrule. So, okay, let's give it a quick dry. All right, let's come back to this one now. I'm going to get my really tiny brush. Oh, no, I'll go to this one. I'm in love with this green. I'm going to just enhance more. Oh, I should get blue in that green. Slightly vary it and put in little tiny marks in here again, because it has such a distinctive central point from which everything emanates. That's why I want to just enhance the green that little bit, just a tiny bit, just adding little bits. The stamen are like a dark purple, so let's get some of this blue, mix in some of the green, because it's beautiful, mix in some of the rose, quinacridone rose, and I've got an insanely deep purple, and the stamen come out like this, still wet there. There, put in some little dots for the flowers, dots. Stamen. This one's got stamen and stamen. And there. In the centre of these. And some up here. Oh, there's some little stamen up there as well. Back to this little dark colour. Lots of little details in there. This bloom here can have a little bit of deep tone, and then the dots on the stamen. This one is still damp, but might be really lovely time to come in and see if we can, that's too blue. I need to bring this purple over, mix it all in together, and try some little, maybe I'll just do the stamen. See how it's damp and it's just dissipating still. So I'll see if I can take advantage of that and get some more soft marks. And over here, there. Okay, I'm going to attempt some green on this one. It's got like a stem that you can see a little bit, and then it comes down. So I'm just going to wet that side so it's smooth on one side. I'm going to wet the bottom so that you can't see where it goes. I'm going to wet this side a tiny bit so I get a light side to my thick stem. Tiny bit there. And then up in the middle here, we've got green, comes out to there, and that one comes out to there. And there's just like so many of these green stems. And they're in between lots of the other buds. So I'm just going to try and make them appear here and not there. Kind of now you see me, now you don't. System of greenery. But in fact there are like 100 of these green stems, and they've all got a purpose, and they all go into this central part, which you can partly see. Now I'll just fix this stem, get a little bit of dark blue. I'm going to get some of this thick one and just darken that side of the stem, just that little bit in there. And with that same beautiful blue, I'm going to see if I can add some more little end of stamen dotty things. And I'm going to leave it at that incredibly loose state. You can't really tell what it is. These green sticks, I'm going to soften off to nothing and maybe soften that one there. Oh, that's got blue. I'll just clean my brush again. Just softening them off so they're just not quite so dominant. I'd rather the flower be a little more dominant than that. Green stem. Just kind of spreading it as much as I can. Break up some of the harshness of those lines. Oh, that's a bit better. Still got a bit of a floral thing happening. And then I'm going to say that that's incredibly loose and I really like it. When I come back to this one here, I can see that I could add lots more soft. Get a slightly bigger brush, I think, this one. A lot of water and get this colour, this beautiful purpley green. Yeah. And I might just see if I can put in some little buds, because the buds, there's just masses of them. But I don't want it to look really messy. I actually would like to give it some form. And there is a little bit of space, so that's nice. I'll try and leave that in there, but I really like the idea that there's, oh, here's a darker purple, that there's a little bit of form around some of the flowers, like that one. Now, just go back in and just form that flower a little more. And same with that one. Let's see if I can go right in, darken the middle. This one, go inside. Just adding some little kind of accents if I'm lucky. Sometimes it's just nice to sit down and create and not worry about what's going to happen. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye.